G'day, this is Captain Noob, and a quick shout out to Liam. How you doing, Tubbsy? And also to Hottie. Sure, your AU's nice, but it ain't no VE Commodore. Anyways, whilst we're all distracted on downrating Fallout 76, some new Creation Club stuff has dropped, and that includes one about the Pint-Sized slasher, which contains a weapon and probably the mask, and also one about space aliens, which we'll get to a little bit later. We're just going to be focusing on what quest the Pint-Sized problem has. So that's pretty good. Right here, we are in the Daily Bugle. No, not the Daily Bugle. We're not playing Spider-Man. This is the Boston Bugle building, and this is where the thing tells you to go. Also, we've got a new hairstyle for Raine. We've got the normal unladylike thing on this side, and Anchorage and Waste Maiden for the other side and the back. So that kind of works, I suppose. We're going to be using the Creation Club Anti-Materiel rifle, and oh, that's a bad stutter. Thank you. This is what I get for not running Fallout 4 and SSD. So we're inside the building now, and doesn't seem to be anything to shoot at, unfortunately, so we'll just take the elevator up. And there's a Protectron Guardian. How will we ever defeat him? I don't actually think I've been in this building all that much, at all. That's interesting. Anyways, here's Larry's terminal. It's got some story on it, I suppose. Oh, it's a little bit blurry. Okay, I turned depth of field off. Hopefully it's not as blurry. Anyways, here's an entry. Oh man, these past few holes have been great. Here's what I've got so far, and just a bunch of crap. Gotta start planning my trip to Diamond City soon. Okay, so this guy's obviously an excellent junk collector, and some entries. There's only 3, so we'll quickly read those. I was out on one of my usual runs, and I found this place. Seems to be some pre-war newspaper office. Plenty of articles similar to what that Piper chick writes over in Diamond City. Anyways, the building is completely deserted. I managed to wipe this terminal so I can use it to keep track of all my junk. All it had on it was some old articles anyway, stuff about survivors, but that was years ago. That was actually some interesting lore, you bastard. Anyway, I even managed to activate the Protectron. I got my own personal bodyguard. Whoops. Things are coming up, old Larry. Not gonna try that again. I decided to head up to that fancy sounding place, Monsignor Plaza. Figured there'd be some sweet loot I could salvage from some of the shops there. Way too much effort dodging all them mutants, but once I got into the plaza, things looked promising. Managed to peek into the bookstore, which had some toys and comics too. Weirdest thing though is there was some creepy costume in a display box on the counter, but before I could open the box, some raiders found me and started shooting. Worst of all, I had to drop my cap stash. Barely got out alive. Don't worry, cap's a dime a dozen. You'll be fine. Feeling watched. Man, I got it made up here. Central Boston, a scaver's paradise, and yet something doesn't feel right. I swear there's something lurking in the shadows. Something with a strangest silhouette. Sorta looks like that costume that I found in Monsignor Plaza. Might be time to pack up and find someplace else. This place gives me the creeps. Okay, Haunted Mask. Is that how we're going to play this? Maybe they should have released this back in October. Okay, I need to resist to loot all the junk. I'm not playing Fallout 76 right now. Okay, so next it wants us to go to the Monsignor Plaza, whatever it is, so let's go there. So here we are inside the place, and in the base game there's nothing but basic raiders, so this should be a cakewalk with me and my anti-material rifle, which this thing, despite being in Fallout 4, it's not present in the Fallout 76 asset flip, which is, you know, it might be added later, which would be interesting, but I don't think Bethesda would make it as powerful as I did with my patch. And there's a burnt lifestyle magazine. No, that's probably not the clues. So there's a couple of things to find, I suppose. Well, it's actually marked this ball peen hammer that is knocked through that. So obviously this is where the mask was. Maybe this terminal will have some sort of thing on it. Halloween season fast approaching. We're excited to announce our partnership with Hubris Comics to offer certain Halloween costumes in store as part of our portfolio in diversification strategy. Yikes. We're going to be launching with the famous Pint-Sized slasher costume. Hubris assures us that this is always a hit, being one of their best-selling costumes year after year. Here's an info sheet on the story of the Pint-Sized slasher. Feel free to incorporate it into your sales pitch. Emerging at nightfall from an innocent doghouse, the Pint-Sized slasher is a menace of suburbia. Okay, there's a note here that says only mine. He wants to take it from me, but I won't let him. It's mine, not his, mine. Well, that really doesn't tell us a whole lot. Oh, it was actually a smash display I could activate. It seems the display box was recently smashed open and its contents removed. No shit, really? And there's a scratched subway token hidden on all of the junky textures on the ground. The subway token has College Square etched onto the surface. The lack of dust suggests it was dropped recently. Okay, so it looks like we're going to College Square. Confront the murderer, okay. Righto, so starting off just outside the Cambridge police station with the Brotherhood of Steel standing around doing nothing, and our in ghoul territory, which is that ghoul just ran over there to sit down. And yeah, these guys are basic ghouls, so no match for my anti-material rifle whatsoever, but the game's telling us to go into here, so we'll go down there. Many dead ferals later, and another one, and we have a doghouse with a cap stash like he said he'd lost, a chem cooler, and this, and a note. Behind you, okay. Well, we found him, and he had a knife. Looks like a pretty basic knife, but good job. And pint-sized slasher costume, plus strength, minus perception, reduces detection from not moving, and makes a rare 15% faster. Interesting. Creepy ass mask if you're not into clowns. Oh, so he's a ghoul. Interesting. And he's got a station key, a thing called No More, and a stealth boy. Okay, so the note goes as follows. I remember those stories my sweet mother told me. The pint-sized slasher. A young child wielding a knife and wearing a horrific clown mask, taking lives of the innocent. Taken, all taken. My family, taken. My home, taken. My humanity, taken. No more. No more will things be taken from me. I will do the taking now. I have found the mask in Monsignor Plaza. It is mine by right, and yet someone is trying to take it. I will show him the error of his ways. And basically, the ghoul was on the verge of being feral, I guess, because he went mad. But we put him down, so ad victoriam to that. Righto, might as well take a quick first look at the gear. There's the mask and the outfit. Do we run faster? That's the VATS button. Yeah, looks like we run decently fast. And here's the knife. That's what it looks like. Using basic combat knife animations. But yeah, it's got the Assassin's Legendary effect on it. And some sort of upgrade thing. So maybe we can make it even better. 164 isn't as good as the Disciples Blade. But maybe through upgrades we can actually make it better. I don't expect this thing to perform that well because it's a kitchen knife by the looks. But there you have it. That was the Pint-Sized Slasher Creation Club thing, you know, completed in style. Dislike the video, please.